Breaking news: Bulls exploring trade options for LaVine and Lonzo Ball. According to Chris Haynes, the Chicago Bulls are actively looking to trade the contracts of Zach LaVine and Lonzo Ball. What does this mean for the future of the Bulls roster and their plans for the upcoming season? Get the latest scoop on this developing story and how it could impact the team's strategy. Stay tuned and hit that subscribe button for all the breaking updates and insights into the Bulls' big moves. Welcome to Chicago Bulls Updates. Are you a die-hard Chicago Bulls fan eager to stay on top of all the latest news, rumors, and trades? From trade speculations to roster changes, game highlights, and beyond, we cover it all to keep you informed and connected with your favorite team. Subscribe now and join our community to never miss a beat in the world of Chicago Bulls basketball. First things first, let's look at the details of Chris Haynes' report. Haynes, who's one of the most respected NBA insiders out there, dropped this bombshell on his social media accounts earlier today. He stated that multiple league sources have confirmed that the Bulls are exploring trade options for both LaVine and Ball. Now, it's important to note that just because the Bulls are looking to trade these players, it doesn't mean a deal is imminent, or even likely. NBA trades, especially involving star players like LaVine, are complex and can take time to materialize. But the fact that the Bulls are even considering moving these two players is significant. Zach LaVine has been the face of the franchise for years now, a two-time All-Star who's been putting up impressive numbers. And Lonzo Ball, when healthy, has been a key piece of the Bulls' backcourt, providing elite defense and playmaking. So why would the Bulls be looking to move on from these players? Well, there are a few factors at play here. Let's start with Zach LaVine. The 28-year-old shooting guard has been with the Bulls since 2017 and has undoubtedly been their best player during that time. He's averaged over 24 points per game for the past 4 seasons and has developed into one of the league's premier scorers. However, there have been some rumblings of discontent. LaVine signed a massive 5-year, $215 million max contract extension with the Bulls in 2022, but the team's performance since then hasn't lived up to expectations. They missed the playoffs last season and are currently hovering around .500 this year. There have been reports of tension between LaVine and the coaching staff, particularly head coach Billy Donovan. While both parties have publicly denied any issues, the smoke around these rumors has been persistent. From the Bulls' perspective, trading LaVine could be a way to reset the roster and acquire assets for the future. LaVine's contract is massive, but for a team looking for a go-to scorer, he could be very attractive. The Bulls might be hoping to capitalize on LaVine's value while also freeing up cap space for future moves. But let's be real, trading LaVine would be a huge move that would fundamentally change the identity of this Bulls team. He's been their primary offensive weapon for years, and replacing his production would be no easy task. Now, let's talk about Lonzo Ball. This situation is a bit different, and frankly, it's a sad one for Bulls fans. Ball has been sidelined since January 2022 with a knee injury that's required multiple surgeries. The Bulls announced earlier this year that Ball would miss the entire 2023-24 season, marking over 2 full years since he last played in an NBA game. When healthy, Ball was a crucial part of the Bulls' success. His defense, playmaking, and improved three-point shooting were key factors in the Bulls' strong start to the 2021-22 season. But his ongoing health issues have left a big hole in the team's roster. The Bulls are still on the hook for Ball's contract, which runs through the 2024-25 season. By exploring trade options, they might be looking to move his contract to a team willing to take a chance on his recovery, possibly in exchange for other assets or cap relief. It's a tough situation all around. Bulls fans love Lonzo and were excited about what he brought to the team. But with no clear timeline for his return, the front office might feel it's time to move on. So, if the Bulls are indeed looking to trade LaVine and Ball, who might be interested? Let's speculate on some potential trade partners. For LaVine, you'd have to think that contending teams looking for that final piece would be interested. The Miami Heat have been rumored to be in the market for another star, and LaVine's scoring punch could be a great fit next to Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. The New York Knicks are another team that could be in play. They've got a solid young core but lack that true go-to scorer. LaVine could potentially be that guy for them. Don't count out the Los Angeles Lakers either. They're always in the market for stars, and a LaVine homecoming, he's from the LA area, could be intriguing. As for Ball, his situation is trickier due to his injury history. A rebuilding team with cap space might be willing to take a flyer on him, hoping he can regain his form. The San Antonio Spurs, for example, have shown a willingness to take on reclamation projects in the past. The Oklahoma City Thunder is another team to watch. They've got a ton of draft picks and might be willing to gamble on Ball's upside while taking on his contract. Now, let's talk about what these potential trades could mean for the Bulls moving forward. If they do end up moving LaVine and Ball, it would signal a clear shift towards a rebuild. The Bulls have been in a sort of limbo for the past few seasons, not good enough to truly contend, but not bad enough to land high draft picks. Trading LaVine and Ball could allow them to bottom out and rebuild through the draft, similar to what we've seen from teams like the Oklahoma City Thunder. It would also free up a significant amount of cap space. LaVine's max contract, in particular, takes up a huge chunk of the Bulls' salary cap. Moving his contract would give the front office a lot more flexibility in reshaping the roster. But let's be clear, this would be a painful process for Bulls fans. LaVine has been the team's best player for years, and losing him would likely mean a few tough seasons ahead. The question is whether the short-term pain would be worth the potential long-term gain. Speaking of Bulls fans, let's talk about how they're reacting to this news. I've been monitoring social media and Bulls forums since this report dropped, and let me tell you, the reactions are all over the place. Some fans are devastated at the thought of losing LaVine. He's been the face of the franchise for years, and many fans have grown attached to him. They argue that the Bulls should be looking to build around LaVine, not trade him away. On the other hand, there's a vocal group of fans who are excited about the possibility of a fresh start. They point to the team's mediocre record over the past few seasons and argue that it's time for a change. These fans are hoping for a full rebuild that could potentially lead to championship contention down the line. As for Ball, most fans seem sad about the situation but understanding. Everyone recognizes Ball's talent and what he brought to the team when healthy. But after 2 years of setbacks and uncertainty, many fans seem ready to move on, as difficult as that might be. Remember though, that at this point, these are just reports. Nothing is set in stone, and the situation could change rapidly. As always, we'll be here to keep you updated on any new developments. What do you think about this news, Bulls Nation? Are you ready for a potential rebuild, or do you think the team should try to make it work with LaVine and hope for Ball's return? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more Bulls and NBA content.